Coming to you live from my apartment, it's Rob Has a Podcast, and now here's the guy who probably won't call anybody on the panel a dumbass. I'm Rob Cesternino. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Eviction Night here as, oh my God, Catherine went home, and not the excitement of Eviction Night that we've had these last couple of weeks, but still... some things to talk about here with a great panel who is going to make it very exciting here tonight. Of course, back with us, the great Taran Armstrong. Taran, how are you?
Oh, Rob, I'm excited. I'm excited to learn all about this new alliance. I had no idea that there's this alliance, apparently. Julie was telling us about it. It's the Judges, and it has Mickey in it. So I'm super, I'm excited to figure out what's going on.
Yes, Julie, is so happy when she can reveal anything on the big board. And does it matter if it's accurate? Does Catherine care?
Not since Enzo was in the committee have we, really loved the board.
Yes. Okay. All right. Well, here on our board with us, it's the great Sasha Joseph. Sasha, how are you?
So good. So happy to be here. Yappers are here. Okay, we're gonna make the most of it.
Yes. Okay, good. Well, I'm glad. I hope you have a lot to say tonight, Sasha.
Well, yes, I hope so too.
Don't be doing any will action on us and just like yeah, and just what sure.
No, I'll try to channel my inner Keanu. Don't worry.
Appreciate it. And then here with us, it's Jenny Autumn. Jenny, how are you?
Rob, you'd think that this is a big night for annoying girls in glasses, but I'm personally not celebrating too hard. I was told it was the Kelley eviction party tonight, but it was apparently Kelley wins the blockbuster party again. So I'll drink to that anyway.
Yeah,
get rid of her.
Yes. Were you hoping for the Kelley eviction party?
You know what? I was just hoping for riveting television and.
Listen, we got very exciting episodes the last 2 Thursdays.
I know. We should not.
2 out of the last 3 Thursdays, we got very exciting Big Brother.
You're right.
Am I the only one that wanted Catherine out?
Here's the thing: like, it's not a bad result. So you know what? I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
But,
all right. Well, let's talk about it all here tonight. We're so happy to have you here with us for Eviction Night. Also, shout out to our presenting sponsor for tonight's episode of the podcast, our friends over at Pluto TV, where you can stream the Big Brother live feeds for free anytime. Stream it now. Pay never. When the feeds come back up, you can head on over to Pluto TV and see about everything that's going on in the Big Brother house tonight. All right. So, Taran, this was such an interesting week because it was a week that it started with a bang. And I'm not talking about anybody getting together in the house. It was a week that really started with so much excitement and emotion and intrigue. And then it kind of petered out by the time we got to Thursday.
I mean, this was just a week that was all about the veto and the replacement. That it was so intense for that portion of it that it was either like going to explode even more, or it was going to like stop dead in its tracks. And they fought hard and they got it to stop dead in its tracks. But I think for most people that were like deep in the back and forth of the Rachel renom, these sort of like come down was a little bit of a relief because there was just so much happening before then.
Yeah.
Very top heavy.
Yes. So I think we'll all take it. I mean, it ends up being sort of like just like a ho-hum result as Catherine goes out. And really, what a ride we've had with Catherine in terms of not to bring in the rodeo of it all, but it was just such an emotional journey we had with Catherine to then her week of solo play sort of just went out with a whimper. And then here she is 1 week later saying like, can't wait to see Riley.
She don't know no better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, this is the thing is like, everyone loved him. So it's like you're gonna have these feelings.
Yeah.
And I think that, I was kind of always expecting this sort of reaction. Because when, even while she like was in the house with Riley, like the way that they were interacting, like even if you could tell that there was stuff that she like wasn't super into or comfortable with, like she was still a participant in that relationship and had some sort of affection for him. So I think that it would be unrealistic for us to expect like her to see things the way that we see things.
Yeah.
Because none of the people in the house see
But
things
we've had people even come out of us like, well, I mean, let's see what happens. Let's see where it goes.
She kind of said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She did say she takes it day by day.
Day by day. Yeah.
Whatever that means. I don't know.
Well, we did say goodbye to Catherine tonight, but Taran, I'm sure it will only be not too long before we see Riley and Catherine back on The Amazing Race 39.
See, delete this. Pluto, pull your sponsorship. I don't care. No. Why do you hate me?
In the meantime, Taran and I will talk with Catherine coming up on Friday morning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, we're still doing interviews. That was just a 1 week thing.
Well, I will say caveat. Okay, there's some fine print. We will be speaking to Catherine tomorrow if her schedule allows it.
Okay, because that's what I'm thinking. I'm saying
She could have a prior commitment.
Yeah, her family is about to come in and be the biggest O-line y'all have ever seen. There's no way.
Everyone had like job interviews lined up. Just it happened to be like right the day after they got evicted. It just keeps happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I can only speak from my own perspective, but like, I don't think that myself or many of the regular exit interviewers would be ambushing her about Riley's behavior. In her
what's the
interviews.
ambush? So she like
exactly like it's just not the place or the time to question her about somebody else's thing. So I don't really see why we wouldn't do exit interviews, but if they were that scared, I guess, of whatever
if they're
it is
worried
that they're
about that,
Riley, like
Taran, the only thing I could think of is that could tomorrow potentially be the day that Riley's exit interviews from last week got rescheduled too? Maybe in lieu of maybe they'll do them together.
He's already been doing them with through email, Rob.
Yes. Okay. Have they started coming out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they could do the exit
you could call
interview.
them
He could speak
interviews.
for her.
They're more like statements.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we ended up having tonight, what was looking like a little bit of a decision of, was it going to be, Kelley? Could it have been Catherine? Taran, you had been saying all week that if Kelley sits on the block on Thursday night, she's going home. Was that the case tonight?
It was. Yep. There was still some back and forth, but the momentum never found any footing, and Kelley was going to be evicted if she didn't win this blockbuster. And it got a little bad too for Morgan, because Mickey was ratting her out to Catherine, saying like, Morgan's pushing hard for you to be evicted. And so she was going to be in a little bit of trouble if this didn't go through. But Kelley wins blockbuster again, and Morgan gets what she wants again.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So how about for Kelley moving forward? And, it's another person that it seemed like that the exit ramp was right there. There's not much more for Kelley to do in this house, yet she's still here.
I think that's hilarious. I don't care. It's like there's nothing better than a cockroach, right? That you're just like, come on, just get out. Bam. Here she goes with her Delulu. It's just her and Keanu together in that house. Like, I cannot imagine living in there every single day with these delusions. But for me personally, as someone that likes to watch stupidity and mess, I like it. I can't even lie.
I think I would be really like a lot more frustrated if the person that went out here instead of Kelley, because she wins the blockbuster, was someone with like a lot of game potential that was maybe like could have potentially been in a really good spot if they just made it out this week. Because it's like, if you have too many of these people that have like are, you know, basically social outcasts in the house and are pretty much just being, you know, saved week by week with challenge wins. Like, if there's too many people taking up those spots, then it's like a little bit frustrating. I can handle a couple, and ultimately, if we get some bonkers people that are still holding on to some space, and we're losing people that, you know, I had high hopes for Catherine playing her own game post Riley, but quickly seemed like that was not going to be the case, or, you know, just wasn't really looking like the board was going to look good for her. This is a fine result. But if we had someone like really good with a lot of promise that just kind of gets screwed by Kelley winning the blockbuster here, I think this would be a lot more frustrating.
Yeah. Taran, it seemed like that, you know, Catherine did not have a lot of potential, but it seemed like that maybe there was like a crumb of something there, whereas Kelley moves forward with no crumbs whatsoever.
I mean, Kelley is like the janitor of the season. She's just been cleaning up all kinds of players that
only Rachel cleans. Only Rachel cleans, Taran.
Kelley is on a cleaning strike.
She's on a cleaning strike.
Maybe this is particularly relevant. She's really just been sweeping aside a bunch of players. Catherine started to play the game this week, basically. And yeah, she had some potential, but she started 50 days in. And so, you know, there was a path in front of her, but it was going to be a tough one.
Yeah. What about the fall from grace for the showmans? Where, I mean, even at like Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
So I'm talking about Riley and Catherine. For like, even on like the Saturday and Sunday of Rachel's HOH, to think like 10 days ago that both of them would be gone, where they look to be like in such a strong position to potentially like, hey, this could be the final two. That what a series of unfortunate events for them to both be out of the house.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunate for who?
Unfortunate for them. I mean, really, but we're like.
Taran is smiling again, okay, Rob? So we have to be grateful.
I'm not saying anything about. I'm thrilled that Taran is happy. I'm saying take Will's remote control and rewind 10 days and go back, and they were in a great spot during Rachel's HOH.
Rob, you don't even need to go back 10 days. You can go back 7 days and 60 minutes. And we are in a position where Riley, Catherine, and Lauren are like the core of a dominant side of the house. And they are set to run this game. And then fast forward 15 minutes and wait a minute. The entire season is changed.
Why did he lock in? But listen, I don't care. The thing is, I deserve good things happening to me.
Yes, you do.
This season is doing that for me. All right. And that's all that matters, because I truly can't believe that like every single like change, but you know, I think we had to sacrifice Jimmy to get here, but you know, chef's kiss to this season. And I even remember when the veto was obviously going to be used, folks were like, you know what? It's been a great season. Rachel can go up and it's okay. Rachel can go home. Like we're okay. We have received enough. And look at this. It just keeps going, baby. It just keeps going.
Yeah.
I have a bit of a wish. Here's the thing. I've been happy. You know, we've gotten some
almost
things.
Your birthday.
It's true, and we celebrate birthdays during this BB27 season, right, Rob?
Yes.
Birthday.
Just hope that Vince doesn't make you cry on your birthday.
Listen, I've been made cry by many a boy like Vince. Okay, it's not my first rodeo, and no, that is not a Riley reference. Yeah. It's more of a Vince reference. I just wish that because here's the thing. I know the Kel heads are in the chat. I know everyone's like, okay, Kelley is messy. Kelley is an absolute
On the call, I think.
Fool.
You know, she's a lot. And sure, for the game, for entertainment, having someone like Kelley in the game a little bit longer, that's okay. But my issue is like, we are getting, you know, the return of some vintage Rachel Riley, as we saw in like the veto episode last night. She was like, she just needs a partner. She needs someone that can actually like throw it back to her. And that is my frustration with Kelley, because it's like, I just feel like Kelley could be the perfect like
foil
enemy for Rachel, but she cowers and then becomes a victim and cries and then says that Rachel is mean. And that is so frustrating, because it's like, Kelley, you could never be Reagan. Like, you know what I mean? I just wish that there was one person. We get it a little bit with Keanu, but Keanu just kind of like lies and pretends like he doesn't understand why Rachel's mad at him, or just like is in denial about it. And I just wish that she had one person that was willing to play a little bit more of the old school BB, where let's just acknowledge that we're enemies and we're against each other in this game, and have like a real conversation here, and go toe to toe with Rachel Riley. No one's going to do it. That's the thing I'm a little frustrated with here.
Hear me out. Kelley combined with Keanu is old school Rachel.
I mean,
it's like Kelley is her heartless and Keanu is her nobody. You know what I mean? Like
but it's just neither of them are fully showing up. You know what I mean? And I don't know, how do we combine them? How do we pineapple them into the player I need to be like a good character opposition for Rachel?
Why does Rachel need that? That's where I am.
Okay, I'll tell you. So we were talking about this last night on the veto episode, where Rachel and Vince are like such opposites, where Rachel feeds off of conflict. Like, remember her on the first season of The Traitors with Kate?
Yep.
Like, she like going back and forth with somebody and like really butting heads. That's her. That it like energizes her. Like, she gets like her superpowers and
growth.
Yeah, yes, but I think it energizes her. Like, it helps her
just a little.
Like the conflict, Taran, as you've pointed out so well this season, that it kills Vince. That's his kryptonite. But it's like the yellow's power of the sun to Rachel.
That's why she liked Jimmy so much, because they could fight with each other.
She needs the conflict, and Kelley doesn't really give it to her. Only Keanu.
But y'all, I say this as a Rachel fan, so no one come for me. But Rachel loses fights.
But just having them, Sasha,
stronger.
is what gets her in the zone.
She's more like Goku. She needs to lose first.
She doesn't need to win the fight.
Come back stronger.
Yeah.
I just can't believe that
I'm losing nothing.
I can't believe that I'm here, like, feeling like I miss Zay. Like, imagine the fights that we could still be getting between Rachel and Zay in week whatever 7, 8, wherever we're going. Because at least he would also bad fight with her. He was at least ready to like give equally bad like comebacks. I just think that we have Kelley being like, and then running up to cry about it, but she talks a mad game when the door is shut, and I just want to see that energy like face the woman. Let's go. Like, I don't know, I just want
Maybe
to
Catherine would have.
I think Mickey can do it.
Well, here's the problem, Jenny. As long as Zay was in the house, there was no chance Rachel is winning twice in a row. Or
true.
Not in a row. Sorry, not in a row. But there's no way she wins two seasons of Big Brother.
2 seasons of Big Brother she played in a row. Yeah.
I think y'all. Okay, I don't think y'all are wrong. I want to make that clear. And I just feel like new Big Brother will never give us things like this. It's just we're reminiscing, we're going back. It's because Rachel has taken us there.
Yeah.
But in reality, who like in these past few seasons has been like a good villain like this?
And this is why I got to give a shout out to a show I just covered called The Snake, where we're all talking about Catherine. There was a woman on this show named Catherine, and let me tell you, the Catherine heads in the chat, they'll tell you Catherine would have shown up against Rachel. So I'm just saying these people are still out there. They just like I don't know. They need to do a better job, because I can't have another season of a bunch of Laurens. Like, we just can't do this. If you're gonna bring back a Rachel Riley, you gotta give her someone to dance with, you know. And I just we thought it could have been Jimmy, and then it turned out that her and Jimmy ended up being friends, and then Jimmy
because her social game is just like good, baby.
It just sucks to see her like going back to her roots and being like, actually, Kelley, I'm sitting here, and just like not have anyone pick up the ball, you know? Just that's all. That's my gripe.
You're right. That's a whole thing in this house. We saw it on the episode last night where they're like, let's go around the table and all say something nice about each other and how it was killing Rachel. But we even get it week after week in the freaking speeches on eviction night, where every single person on Thursday night stands up there and tells us, you know what? This person next to me, great person. I'm not going to say anything bad about them. I'm actually going to say a bunch of nice things about the person next to. What are we doing?
What are we actually doing here?
What are we actually doing here, Will?
Exactly. It's so boring. Can you imagine your life is on the line and you're just hugging people because you lost the blockbuster? Y'all aren't even trying. You aren't even going to be like, hey, man, let's work. Let's figure this out. Come on. I would never nominate you. Blah, blah, blah. No. Oh, shucks. No one's beating Ava. So at least Catherine tried a little bit right in her speech. But Ava's speech, I would have been like, should I vote her out? She'd piss me off.
Yeah, and it's the same thing we saw in the veto episode last night where, okay, Mickey is the house target, but nobody wants to challenge Mickey in the veto competition. And in a house...
But then she'd know, Rob. Then she'd know that she's my target. Know.
Sure. And in a house where so many people want Rachel out, it's going to be week 8, and Rachel hasn't even sat on the block yet.
Rachel
not that I'm asking for it.
Like, who hasn't sat... Is she the only one at this point?
Her and Lauren.
Like, that's pretty wild. Like, that is impressive when you think about it.
She's famous for always being on the block or in power.
I know.
That's my vote.
Yeah.
At least she has gotten power this season. I'm another thing Sasha's reminding me that I need to complain about is the nothing that happens after the blockbuster winner is announced. That's another thing that is killing the live show for me. It's just hugging. We're not chanting Kelley, but we're hugging Kelley. We got a little bit of like strategizing last week, but it was like we couldn't even fully tell like what was being said. I just feel like they need to clean that up or figure out the format of that. Like, give them more time. I don't know, because it's just bad.
I do think it's tough because like you want to give them the option because sometimes it's thrilling. But then other times there's really nothing to be said.
Yeah.
And so it's like,
couldn't we do this in a way where, and I guess they have to get from wherever the blockbuster is to get back into where they're going to come down the stairs. But it would be great if, I know we're live and everything, but like we could let some of this happen and then just like cut to the highlights maybe from the commercial.
I think in a live show that's probably tough. But I agree. I think they should be watching the blockbuster.
Yeah, that's what I
getting their live reactions to the blockbuster would be fun. And then they can instantly be chatting as the people are coming back. And then, if they're like done, there's no chatting to be had, then maybe we can get right to the vote. And if there's some campaigning to be done, I just think they need to crack down on and clearly they're not going to because it's not happened, but crack down. Listen, none of the hugging when they come back from the blockbuster. You're either going to go strategize or we're going to vote. Like, that's it. That's what we're doing. And while we're at it, no shout outs. Stop doing silly things in the hallways. And, let's bring Brittany Hayes in.
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about some of the things from the actual episode that we have here tonight and the lead up to the vote. And, we got a lot more of the fallout from what we saw last night with Keanu and Rachel. And they had that argument in the kitchen where Rachel comes to Keanu or Keanu's in the kitchen and Keanu's trying to figure out, well, either Rachel is randomly mad at me or she's mad that I tried to get her evicted this week. It's one of those two things.
Oh, maybe I should just make my little eggs. I don't know.
He's so dumb. Like, I can't get over him. Like, this is not a real human.
He's like, I'm just gonna, but here's the thing, Sasha, is like, yes, but also he is playing dumb. He is saying,
yeah, Big Brother 27.
Either way, I'm just gonna play dumb. Like, I don't understand why she could possibly be mad at me.
Is so dumb.
You the dummy.
Yeah. And he's trying to figure out, like, hold on, are you not talking to me? It's like, why would I talk to you, Keanu? And he's like, I don't know. Can't figure it out. But I've been there. I've been there where sometimes, and I'm not playing Big Brother. Yeah. But you're sort of like, okay, testing the waters. It's like, oh, okay. She's mad. But you don't know for sure. Like, let me just okay, and you're just pinging, oh yeah, I just want to double check. Yeah, no, she's definitely mad.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in
then you go,
fairness, in
why?
my case, sometimes it is just random for no reason.
Oh, of course.
So
of course.
you think? Yeah.
I didn't do anything.
And how does the playing dumb strategy work for you, Rob?
You know what? I'm like,
Listen to the 5%.
yeah. Like,
Rob,
you know what?
You do not need to speak. You have the right to remain silent.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
I'm just gonna make
Rob's
my little
lawyer.
eggs. Yeah.
Feel free to contact Ashley as your representative.
Yeah. But he did call her dumbass, right? When she walked away,
Yeah.
But he
That
won't
is
say it to
what
her
he said.
face.
he whispered it.
Baby.
Maybe he's talking to himself.
It
I was like,
the
it was
Key and Peele
negative
sketch.
self-talk. I don't know.
He's reminding
It's possible.
himself, you're a dumbass. Remember,
Yeah.
that's what you're playing
Or-
as.
Is Vince starting to rub off on him?
Oh.
And he's like, oh, I'm a dumbass.
Mhm.
Everyone, I ruined it all. I
Dumbass.
ruined things with Rachel.
No,
I
Vince
blew
is
it.
Eeyore.
Interesting.
Vince is Eeyore.
A little
Keanu is
weasel.
like rage, but not
Mhm.
even.
Yeah.
He's
All right,
like
well,
Keanu.
Let's talk about then Keanu after this conversation goes and talks to Vince. And Taran, I didn't think that the show even did justice to your reenactment of this scene.
I feel like, listen, I think it was a fine scene. It's just another one of those moments where I feel like it could have been so much funnier. I feel like the show seems so interested in just sanitizing everything to the point of just nothingness. They tried to play the scene straight, like it was a real motivational, emotional moment for these two people. But it was so funny and silly. And you can watch it and get the goofiness of it while also getting that it was genuine and emotional for these two men. But you just come on, you can't build confidence without competence, Vince. Rachel proved that last week. And it's just why are we not getting those bits? Why are we acting like this is so serious? Why are we not getting more I'm just such a terrible friend to everyone I touch, and I'm just so bad, and I need to put on my big boy pants. And it's just come on, please, more. I want more of it.
Yeah.
They like really tried to make you be like, Keanu, your next TED Talk inspiring speaker. And meanwhile, he's like, rising tides, raise all shit. Like just every cliche ever.
Yeah, and it's like the music is building in a serious way. Like it's a serious bit of music. And then they play like and then we'll make it not serious because bwah, bwah, Rachel walks in. And it's like, that's not the funny part of this.
That's not the funny part. Yeah. They did not get why it was so ridiculous.
And wasn't Vince like being like kind of breaking up with him, being like, it's not you, it's me, basically, like, let's end this. And Keanu said, never, not my precious.
I just need you to choose me back.
You should just put me on the block next week. I deserve it.
I couldn't believe Vince on the floor, really like blanketing inside of his hoodie. He was like, the egg costume was so perfect for him because he was like trying to like turtle into his hoodie in the way that he would do into the egg costume.
Oh my God. It's so good.
Bring it back for him, okay? He needs his emotional support egg costume back.
Give him back his egg costume.
He was so lovable in the egg. That was like, honestly,
you were about it.
Listen, I'm just saying. I'd have a crack. All right. I just think that like he was way more likable in the egg costume, and maybe that I don't know if he can ask for that in his next HOH basket or something. I don't know if they can just like fold it back up or something. I don't know, because clearly something happens to him when he's in his supportive egg costume that makes him
maybe holds him, like a straight jacket, like holds him in a
it's like it's like those thunder coats for dogs, right? Or whatever. Yeah.
That's Ted. Sorry.
Well, you know what I mean. It's like they're called thunder coats or something like that. That's what the egg is for.
Have a costume every single day that represents this cast. That honestly, I think that would be a better way for us to get through this.
More costumes?
Yeah, like each person, like, Vinny the egg just makes sense, right? Yeah. Butler, because what else can? Yes. Okay. So I just feel like we should give each person like a costume based on their personality in the game. Catherine could have been a couch, a lamp. But she was giving low-key hater energy. So if she would have given me more,
did you like that?
Yeah.
I would have liked to see her raging feminist costume. I was waiting to see that.
Girl, get out of here. No.
Yeah,
I just feel like I was waiting to see it.
We have to watch to see if she starts the Rachel has a hairy neck fan site that she said she was going to make.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's funny. Like, more of that kind of like stupidity. You know what I mean? It's like, and say it to Rachel, but she'd never.
That's
okay.
Well, that's the whole point of anonymously starting the hairy neck fan site.
Right, say something else. You sent my man home. Now it's your turn. Like, come on, bro.
Okay.
She really missed an opportunity at no one gets between me and my man to Rachel.
Yeah.
So
she wouldn't even know to do it.
She wouldn't know it.
Yeah, exactly. We'd have to show her the clip.
Does ChatGPT know that, Taran?
Yeah.
Okay. So then it was another big moment in the episode where Lauren and Ashley are having the conversation about what to do. If Ava is up in the block, Lauren doesn't know where she's going to put her vote. And we see Ava up in the bed, sleeping, listening.
Don't ever tell
Poor
me
Lauren.
sleeping can't be a strategy, okay? Okay.
That's my life. So I'm gonna be the Ava strategy just in my life.
This is really like all season long. We've been like Lauren Schmorin doesn't do anything, doesn't talk game. She's so scared, such a scaredy cat. Lauren doesn't talk game.
Slow talker.
Come on, it's not that hard. And
out.
she's like, okay, fine. I'll talk a little bit of game. And the second she does, instantly blows back in her. Oh no! I'm freaking out.
Mm-hmm.
She touched the hot stove, man.
Yeah.
She's never talking game again.
Was there any actual damage from this, Taran? That we know that Ava heard her name coming up and Lauren didn't know what she was going to do. But did this change anything?
I think there was damage in the moment. Feeds were a bit choppy today, as they tend to be on Thursdays. There was a conversation between Ava and Lauren. It seemed like maybe they cleared the air a little bit. We did see that Lauren was comfortable voting Ava out to give a sympathy vote. And I believe we even saw Ava be like, don't worry about it in the episode. So I think, by tonight or tomorrow, I think they'll be fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ava seems to get over things, right? For the most part.
Eventually.
Mm-hmm.
I think she has I think that she has she has the capability of being a true hater, but I think that she's just really tired.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I don't know what energizes her, but I want her to have it. Or maybe if she's just like loading for like the late game like come up, then that's fine too.
Yeah.
Because like we've seen her dislike people in the game, like but it does seem like she can get over things eventually or fairly easily. But when we see her talk about people that are pissing her off, she does have like a little bit of that hater spirit, like I think she can do it.
Well, somebody that she has been a hater towards in the past is Ashley. Taran, did Ashley get any blowback from this?
No, I think the opposite. Basically what Ashley was saying was pretty positive toward Ava. And so I think that if anything, this helped their relationship. They talked about it immediately after, basically, and Ashley was reassuring Ava about votes and things. So I think they actually are pretty good. I think Ava's current sort of Sauron's eye is upon Mickey and Keanu.
In the episode, they made it seem like, okay, Kelley is a bad player. And Rachel says, well, don't we want to keep bad players in the house? I want to keep Kelley. And then we saw a conversation where Catherine talked to Rachel. And then she said, oh, hold on a second. Maybe I want to keep Catherine. Where did Rachel actually come down on that this week, Taran?
Yeah, I think part of this is because they don't always do this very well. But also part of it is because I think they cut their planned segment for tonight in order to fit in the Lauren Ava eavesdropping, because that happened just last night. But it seemed like they were setting up this whole like Rachel thing, which is not really how it went. This was much more of a Morgan push. Morgan has been pushing for Kelley to stay for the last couple of days. Rachel was initially on get Kelley out, was, I would say, more likely swayed by Morgan than anything else to keep Kelley, and then came back around onto let's evict Kelley after all last night. So it was a little bit of back and forth, but it was mostly Morgan doing the pushing. And I wouldn't say that, like, if anything, Catherine's conversation with Rachel is part of what made Morgan even more willing and wanting to push Catherine out, because she saw that Catherine was making inroads with other people. But at the end of the day, it was, in terms of this season at least, a pretty lackluster push. It never really gained momentum. So nothing serious to really report on.
Okay, well, let's talk a little bit about Morgan, because this was an active week for her in the game, as you have chronicled to great detail, where Morgan's fingerprints were all over Vince's HOH.
Many ways.
Yes.
Among other things.
Yeah. And to the point, like, basically she did very good work to keep Rachel off the block, and then continued to, again, I've mentioned this about her before. It's like she only has two speeds. She has 0 and 100. And she never goes 0. So she's just constantly going full speed at all times. And that works when she has something really important to get done. This vote was not really important, and she really stuck her neck out on the line. And as I mentioned earlier in the podcast, was already getting in trouble for it today. Catherine was really annoyed with her, and there's no reason for her to be pushing so hard against Catherine there. But because Kelley ends up winning this blockbuster, it actually works out better for her, because now she is like the sole person who is really pushing to keep Kelley. Not to say that like any of that matters to Kelley because she doesn't really care about normal things. But theoretically, that was a very good thing for Morgan.
Morgan was not in this episode, I'm pretty sure,
and not in the graphic of her own alliance.
Replaced her with Mickey, and like that was like at that point I was like, is this actually an inside joke that I'm like missing? Because really left out of anything, like, you know, I felt like her talks with Vinny in the HOH room were at least like included in last night's episode, but like never to be seen again in this episode. And I just feel like her influence hasn't, and her activity has not stopped there. So it was kind of weird to not have her featured whatsoever in this episode. And just leaving her out of the graphic of the judges was just the icing on the cake. Wild.
Like, Taran, where is Morgan in sort of the power structure of the house moving forward?
I mean, right now she's kind of at the head of everything. She's solidly locked in with the judges. She's got Vince wrapped around her finger. And with Vince, likely anyone that Vince can influence. She doesn't have Keanu. That's her biggest sort of weakness right now. But even now, you know, Kelley, maybe there's a chance that Kelley's looking at somebody other than Morgan. If Morgan was like, but again, it's Kelley, so who really knows? But the point is that like she's one of the safer people in the house. She has some of the most amount of influence in the house, and she's looking pretty good. Yeah,
and let me just say, I know, Taran, you get so many accolades about your Vince impressions on the live feed updates, but I think you don't get enough for your Morgan inner monologue.
Well, I think I only did it the once, or maybe a couple of times.
Very good. I feel like we're really like in her head.
Listen, it's a dangerous place to be, but sometimes you need to go there to really understand someone.
Mm-hmm.
Are you all in her head talking to Kelsey as well? When she talks to Kelsey? I'm just wondering.
Kelsey is Vince's girlfriend?
Yeah, there was a thing where she had this whole thing on the feeds where she's asking Kelsey about Vince's HOH and stuff. So I was wondering if you get so deep into her head,
I don't know that story. So and maybe we'll cover it in great detail on the slop on Tuesday.
Yikes, sorry.
But that she was talking to the photo of Vince's girlfriend?
Yeah, and she told him about it. She was talking about how while you were downstairs, I was having a chat with Kelsey. This is a couple days ago. I'm just reporting. I'm just a journalist, okay?
What was Vince's reaction to that?
I mean, Vince's general reaction is like, you worry too much about her.
We just
think Vince doesn't worry enough.
Crazy talk. Like, Vince is either just delusional and thinks that everything just works out in his favor in life, or I don't know, sociopath.
I'm not getting that Vince thinks everything works out for him in life.
Listen, he's like, could all be a facade for all we know. But it's just, why is he telling people, right, that Kelley, like, my girlfriend's cool with me flirting, and then just the only person talking about his girlfriend is Morgan, and just constantly bringing it up. That crazy work. He would not be my man after this. I'll tell you that for free.
For someone that is very concerned about people being mad at him, I just think that Vince,
exactly, he does not actually. Thank you.
He's just only concerned about people being mad at him inside the house right now, and so I think that is like the main consideration right now. Maybe listen, we've seen him smooth things over in the past to a degree. So I don't know. This man's got power stored in that mustache. I'm just saying.
Yeah, maybe it's hard to be mad at him when he's more mad at himself.
I'm just such a loser, Weasel. I know it. I'm sorry. I messed up, and I just, things got so weird in there.
This is how I know I'm unhealed, is because like I hate that so much when it's like I did a bad thing, but then I'm going to make you feel like I'm suddenly the victim because I'm like, oh, I screwed up. It's like when a guy cheats on you and then it's like, oh, I'm like, sorry, I'm just like trauma dumping here now. But you know what I'm saying? It's like that kind of like garbage where it's like you did the bad thing. Why are you trying to make me feel bad for you because you're just like doing this self-loathing thing? But he does that all the time, but then I like find myself like still rooting for him sometimes. So it's like this is how I know that I am not a healed person because it works. It still works, you know.
Listen, as a retired city girl, let me just tell you, it works every time.
Wow.
You just got to be like, man, no one's more mad than me at me, you know, and you just like take over their mind.
I mean, you saw it in the conversation he had with Keanu, where Keanu started the thing so mad at him, and then midway through turned to consoling Vince because Vince was the real person who was having an emotional turmoil in that moment.
This is interesting because I don't think we've really explored this season because there's been so much discourse about like, okay, Vince sucks at this. Vince is the worst. Like, this is Vince's thing. But, you know, when we go back to, like, the Keanu and Rachel fight of it all, where the version of that, where the Keanu is like, I don't even know what you're mad about. I didn't even do anything. Why? You're crazy. Why are you even mad? Vince is the opposite of that, where Vince is not like, and I'm not going to do the voice. Vince isn't like, you're crazy, I didn't do anything. Vince is like, you're right. I do suck. I am the worst. You have every right to be mad at me. Like, so it's like the opposite of the gaslight. I don't know.
No, it's like
the gas dark, I guess.
No, you're just like completely disarming that person. See, like psychopath 101, right? Like you just have to be like, what is this person gonna come in with? Got it. This is the 5 things, right? Kiana's gonna be like, hey man, you can't constantly play me. This is crazy. You keep doing this. Fine, got it. Then he's gonna say this, and this. Cool. I'm just gonna come in and be like, hey, and just say it all. That person immediately, all guards are down.
Right.
And then what are you gonna do? You're
it really is
accountability. Amazing.
Somebody, I don't remember where I saw this. Somebody said that it was like, and I don't remember what comedian said this either. There's a comedian that made a joke about like anytime I get into a fight, I would just like drop my pants and just be like, I'm a little weasel boy, like you. Like that's how they get out of. And like that's just Vince.
Yeah,
like,
especially when you do the Vince voice. No, it's the Keanu and like Vinny of it all. It's truly pick your toxic man fighter. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like 2 sides of a coin. And that's and I love them together. I love some bro love. You know, I'm always
so
talking
interesting.
About, you know, like I can't quit these guys.
Yeah. Boy,
you put a real crazy person in there. You know, that's what I mean. To be like, okay, Vinny, I don't care that you feel all of this. I'm still gonna tell you how I feel. They can't handle that. That's why he's so scared of Rachel. Because Rachel will be like, yeah, I actually don't care what you have to say. You're gonna listen to me. And then he'll cry. Oh no, Rachel's mean.
Okay. Well, if you want to see more shenanigans like this, let me take a moment and thank our presenting sponsor, our friends over at Pluto, where you can see all of the Big Brother live feeds for free. This episode of Robin's Podcast is brought to you by our friends at Pluto TV. Of course, we know the Big Brother superfans are all here waiting for the live feeds to come back on. Pluto TV is the exclusive free streaming platform for Big Brother live feeds, and they're streaming it all season long, where you can see everything that's going on in the house, so you can get the jump on what Taran's going to talk about in the morning, and keep it on your TV all day long, all 4 of the cams and the quad cam, where you can jump between everything that's going on in the house. And if that wasn't enough, Pluto TV also has things besides Big Brother, on-demand episodes from this season 2, and everything that you want to check out from all your favorite reality TV. There's a Survivor channel as well, The Challenge, and more. So you can rewatch your favorites whenever you want. Again, all completely free over at Pluto TV. All right. let's talk about the live show business. There was not that much excitement from once they sat in the chairs. Both the women talked about how great the other one. You can't make me say something bad about this other person.
Please.
You're playing Big Brother.
That's it.
Yeah.
I did like that Ava said at the end, if it's in your best interest to keep me, YOLO.
Yeah, queen.
I don't know if that's like that makes the most sense as the next thing, but I can't hate on it. You know, are we bringing YOLO back?
Well, I feel like you'd normally say it when you're about to do something dangerous. But this is more like somebody else is holding a gun to your head and you're like, please don't do it. But if you do, YOLO.
Yeah. It would be like,
So it's like good?
I'm trying to think of like, you know, maybe like when Jimmy, like they didn't have the votes and Jimmy's like, look, I know it looks bad, but go in there and look, if you do this, we can turn this around. YOLO.
Right.
That would be a YOLO.
Yeah, I'll allow it. I think I'm generous with YOLO. I think you can use it for whatever.
Yeah.
Just
Hey.
okay, because YOLO. You know what I mean?
When everybody went to go vote, Will, I thought, had the longest shout out out of anybody. And
Julie let it happen.
In addition to his shout outs, Sasha, did he call out shot o'clock?
He sure did. I said when. Let me know.
Yeah, Taran, was he coming off of being a have-not tonight?
No.
Wasn't it last
yeah.
night? Yeah.
Yeah.
Not tonight, but like she was a have-not.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe what the shot o'clock is. Is it the chocolate drop? Is that the shot o'clock?
Oh,
Ooh.
I thought he was talking about basketball.
he is, but for this purpose, we will.
What
not be
about
talking about
it could be a
basketball.
double entendre here. That should be a shot. That should be the chocolate drop. I do think it's very interesting that Julie let his shout outs go, like she's
his lemon drop.
Yeah.
She even thanked him after.
I know, she let him finish and said thank you, Will. And I was like, is this guilt because she because of what she did in the live show a couple of weeks ago?
No
Or
guilt. She was tweeting about it.
That's
She
true.
loves
I
it.
don't know.
She
She's
loves it.
thirsting for this man.
What are we
And
actually
you know
doing
what?
here?
I get it. I was like, listen, you're married to Les Moonves. I totally
She gotta get
you
her
see
somehow.
a man like Will on your screen.
Yeah.
And you're just like, yeah. So
She's
honestly,
swooning.
I get it.
This is why people don't hard launch their men anymore.
Mhm.
Oh God.
No, see, this is why people don't hard launch their men, because then other people will be like, a man that is loyal, I want him.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
mine now.
Okay. Catherine, on her way out of the house, speaking of shot o'clock, said, I'm going to have 5 margaritas.
Yeah,
Real.
I like it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think she's gonna need them.
Yeah.
I know she actually needs 5 tequila shots. Or whatever
Shot
makes her like
o'clock.
forget everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
On below
I mean, they
deck.
really had to make sure they got one final statement of from her about Riley before she learned more
Again.
about Riley. So
She
Yeah,
needs,
again,
the
are you
shot,
planning
the shot wheel, right? Where she just spins it and it's like we're shot like whiskey or tequila, like just terrible shots that'll make her just forget that whole thing happened.
Well,
I
she
just
sits-
hope Catherine's got some good girlfriends that go out for the margaritas and it's just gonna be like, she gets back to life and realizes her life is fine. That's what I
Speaking
hope.
of girly pops, why were Ava and Catherine matching?
Yeah, and what was the
Yeah.
outfit? Because
I think they have a new stylist on the show this season because there's been a lot of challenges where they have like really like nice coordinated outfits. It feels like that in the challenge that they all had like this sort of like red and black ensemble.
Yeah, but then
Yeah.
Kelley is just wearing a black dress.
yeah, they let Kelley have the black dress, and then like they were dressed like in athletic clothes. And I was like, okay, they have to do the blockbuster, but Kelley didn't have to wear
like sorority
the tights.
chapter, you know, like it didn't make no sense.
Taran, do you have any sense of like, was that a costume for the challenge, or was that because there was like the red pearl?
The red pearl.
I feel like that there was something with they've done a lot with like putting them in stylized outfits this season.
I don't think that was for the competition. They tend to wear their own outfits. I mean, I think that like when Jimmy was in the house, he loved to coordinate like a theme for everyone. I think they're probably just kind of like continuing that trend to some degree.
But it was the red pearl, which is why I thought maybe it had something, because I was like both of them wearing red pants.
They would
I was
put
like
the middle person like so drastically different.
Maybe Kelley's like, I'm not doing it.
She is edgy like that. She does march to the beat of her own drum or whatever.
Well, yeah, whatever. So Catherine sat down with Julie, and then we really were grasping at straws to ask Catherine about anything. You know, Catherine like basically said like, okay, well, you know, Lauren was my only friend, and Julie's like, so who do you think was your one vote to keep you? So, you know, as
Julie
I just said,
loves to reveal things.
Lauren,
she's just so excited.
No, she just doesn't like to veer from her script. She said, my script said, ask friend, now ask who the vote was, and that's it.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if she was like, Kelley? I think Kelly's the one vote.
Mm-hmm.
But the only reason to ask her if the assumption is already right, the only reason to ask her is to hope she gets it wrong.
Yeah.
I just don't. Yeah, she's just dying to have an exclusive, and it's like this is not. She told you the person she thinks it is. Oh, it was Lauren.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got an alliance for you.
Check out the big board. Look at this. Can you believe these 5 people are together? You'd never imagine that. The judges.
Do you think Vince made a mistake not putting up Rachel? Well, I mean, I think it was good for some people, but Vince, do you think it was good for Vince? No. So he made a mistake. I mean, maybe.
Yeah. I wanted to say it was good for Rachel.
Right? That's what I was thinking.
But, okay. And then Julie does try to put her toe into the Riley waters, and she asks about, were you into the relationship as much as Riley was? Which I think is a fair question, because Riley was like, hey, we're getting married. And she was like, oh, we'll see. But here she says, no, I think I was into it as much as he was.
What's she going to say?
Mm-hmm.
I hated him. When they all think that America loves him.
I just they didn't need to bring up Riley. Like they know
what do you talk to her about then?
Plenty. The judges, the goodbye messages.
Yeah.
They know what conversation they're about to have with her when they shut down the cameras. They do not need to ask her about Riley to set her up like that, like one last time when the cameras are rolling. Like there was just no point. Nobody really cares that doesn't know what's happening. You just don't need to bring it up.
Also, it's like, as you know, without all of the context of that showmance and all, you know, everything about it, what a weird question to ask, because it's like, I don't know, like, how do you answer that question? Are you into this person as much as they are into you? It's just
check
like,
yes
I don't
or
even
no.
First of all, how do you answer that? Like, especially if you are somewhat interested in seeing where that goes. What do you say? No, definitely not. So there's not really a good answer to give. And it's just like, how do you quantify that? I don't know. I think that we are into each other equally. Like, it's just a bizarre question to ask, even without all of the gravity of like that relationship as well. So it's just like a bad question all around.
Well, it's just like, imagine you are the person. Imagine you are the person that's going to talk to Catherine, and you are about to tell her, hey, by the way, I know everyone loved Riley in the house, but we had to cancel his exit interviews because there's a ton of controversy surrounding him right now. But before you have that, right before you have that conversation with her, you say, okay, so we're gonna have a conversation, but before I say the other thing, I just want to get on the record. Can we just film you? How do you feel about Riley? Do you like him a lot? Do you think that you're gonna last really long with him? Okay, now that you've given me that answer, there's a lot of things I have to tell you about Riley. It's just such a weird way to go about that.
Because they care about themselves. That's it.
Well, I'll say this didn't bother me because I feel like that if they don't ask her on the show, that I feel like then she is going to do a bunch of interviews tomorrow, and then everybody who interviews her tomorrow is sort of like that is a question that they are going to want to know. How does she feel about Riley? So I think that just by asking her, I thought it was a pretty benign way to ask her that question. At least you know where she stands on the Riley thing.
But she doesn't have the information. Like, that's the whole thing, right? Like, we already knew where she stood. They just wanted her like on the record on the show.
Yeah, but I think there was a legitimate question of like that we had about like is she a little conflicted about this in some way? And I think that Julie was like at least like trying to like open that conversation a crack. And I think now that you don't have to ask her that question now.
I think that there are more interesting ways to ask about Riley without asking those kinds of questions. You could ask her like, you know, obviously you were impacted by Riley leaving the game last week. How do you feel like, you know, how is it trying to navigate the game without him? Like, you can ask questions and allow her to fill in any blanks she wants to about her feelings for Riley. Frame it from a game question. Like, there are so many different ways to ask questions about someone and not have it be so awkward like that and leading. And that's where I take issue with it, is like, I just didn't think it was very good interviewing.
And I think it's the first question actually wasn't even that bad, right? Because the second time they asked about Riley, that's when it was just like, no, this is no reason. And why it feels frustrating for me, at least as an audience member, isn't even that, yes, Riley, you know, Catherine doesn't know everything, blah, blah, blah. But you all helped Riley cancel his exit press. We don't know anything, right? Like, we haven't gotten to talk to Riley. We haven't, you know, got to grill Riley, whatever you want to say. So that's one side of CBS. Then the other side is them like still treating it as like a showman. So to me, that's where this like dichotomy of like, where we're going to show our casual viewers that they're like cutesy and whatever. But then to like the people that actually care about the show, we're going to, you know, do lip service for both of you. To me, that's what's like stupid.
They're literally speaking out of both sides of their mouths, canceling the interviews and then asking questions like this with zero of the context shown in any of the episodes. Like, for them to have done that last week and then this week have these kinds of questions is just wild.
Yeah. And I think that CBS has enough like PR people to like craft a better question. That's all I mean. I do think that if she wasn't asked any questions about Riley, in her mind, her brain would have already been like, well, that's weird. Like, they asked me nothing about Riley. Like, did he, you know, say he was playing with me, you know, like he doesn't want me, right? Like, that also can, I think, put her mind in a weird spot. So I think that there should, like, why aren't there better question writers? Like, did you get this off of ChatGPT?
I mean, honestly, even if she was in an even if the showmance was fine, I think it's fine to not have questions about your showmance and have questions about you and your own game.
Well, but that's not
Catherine
Big
wanted
Brother. That's
to have
not,
her own
like,
narrative
that's
too.
No, but then I agree with Rob that it isn't Big Brother, right? Like, this is not
she
the edited
has no
show.
other narrative.
Yeah.
That's all she has on the show. If you watch the show and you're not,
but
like,
is that
in the
like
weeds,
I get that, but like, that is on them more than it's on her. And I know that she hasn't played the game very well and she spent all of her time with Riley, but it's not like her fault that the only narrative the show cares about is her relationship with Riley.
He also followed her.
But that's not, but that's the reality, right? Like, we can want to like save her as much as we want to, but in reality, this is Big Brother. They've shown us multiple episodes that they wanted Riley to be their golden boy. So I just think, like, have better PR crisis management people that ask better questions.
Yeah.
All right. For Catherine, there's not much more to say about poor Catherine. She was on my draft team. I was pulling for her, but don't worry. I've got Rachel and Keanu, so I'm good.
Frenemies.
Wasn't working on it. We get a little bit of a tease for the week that's coming up, where we are going to have Angela is going to be in the house for the veto competition.
Yeah, she's gonna tell someone, sorry, but your alliance member is breaking up with you.
Mm-hmm.
You dirty. Oh, wait, is she there for Vince?
Oh no! Did Vince's girlfriend buy a cameo from Angela?
Oh shit!
Yeah. And then on Thursday, it will be the return of all of a sudden, the mastermind is back.
Wow!
Yay!
Yeah.
Rob, are they one and the same?
Is Angela the mastermind?
What?
Ooh, plot twist.
Yeah.
Angela happens to be around. Mastermind happens to be back. I'm just saying.
Taran, we did get some news about that as of next week, they will let them know that everybody there will have made the jury. So does that confirm or a 7-person jury?
Yeah. I mean, would have been surprising if that had not been the case.
Okay. They did not say that next week will be the last week of the. I guess that probably will be the last week of the blockbuster, right?
We don't know.
Didn't they announce early this could be a Mandela effect thing for me, but did they not announce before the season that the blockbuster was going to be there for the entire season?
They said a permanent. Which is ambiguous in terms of like what it means, right?
Because last year they did stop the AI arena after a certain point, right?
Yeah. And that's why preseason, everyone's like, oh, it's gonna be the whole season or something. And I guess the wording of it was perhaps up for interpretation, but I don't know how you continue this after a certain point.
Mm-hmm.
Permanent. Does that mean seasons in the future? Like, I don't get it.
Does the mastermind come in after maybe the eviction to start jury? Like, there's some twist there for jury. Like, maybe the mastermind says, now you have done it too, you're taking it too far. I'm taking away your blockbuster. And that's how they end it.
Sorry, Kelley.
Yes. And Keanu.
Okay. So looking ahead to next week, let's talk a little bit about what the next HOH that's about to be crowned tonight, who it might be and what they might be facing coming out of the wall comp. What kind of comp do we expect they're going to do tonight?
Who knows?
Yeah. Has there been when do we get slip and slide? Is it going to be like another like not an endurance, but like a physical endurance? I'm just saying that they've been throwing in, some new comps, but they still have some of the classics. And I just feel like, I don't know.
What can Rachel win?
We haven't had like a build a puzzle kind of HOH yet.
Like a big puzzle or like a Caitlyn puzzle?
Caitlin's puzzle was kind of big.
It was big in size, but not in amount.
Didn't Kelley have that puzzle too? Or who did?
She had the puzzle to get
she did have that
second.
Puzzle,
yes.
We didn't have,
I guess so. I can't do it again.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Mental.
I think we probably would expect something that's less physical than the wall coming off of that from last week. So you feel like that Rachel would have a decent shot. Even the HOH that Rachel won from 2 weeks ago was not a competition that we saw coming. It's been a season where they've been peppering in new competition. So I think that it could be a case where we do have to expect the unexpected in terms of what the next HOH competition could be.
Yeah, maybe it's like tiny HOH.
Yeah, a lot of people in the chat are also talking about that egg wire one, like the chicken wire.
Mm-hmm.
So any sort of like the tiny one, like any sort of like hand, like is that dexterity?
Yeah.
I don't know. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Anything like that where you have to be like really precise with your hands or something. I don't know.
So who would be the most interesting HOH now coming off of Vince's HOH?
I mean, there's an always answer for this question now, which is Rachel. She will always be the most interesting HOH.
If Rachel gets HOH, is Vince going on the block?
I think there's a high likelihood.
But at least as a pawn.
Could he be a pawn or could he be a backdoor target for her?
I think that in the event that like a shot on a Keanu or Kelley misses, and like you know, then it's like Lauren's on the block too. I could easily see Vince up there, as a possibility.
Keanu, Kelley, Lauren
Mickey
as
could
first
be there
noms.
too.
Yeah.
What would a Will HOH be like? Boring?
I don't think he would ever try to win it.
Yeah, and I hope he doesn't.
But what if he accidentally wins?
Yeah, like something.
It's always possible.
Self-evict.
I mean, but he would maybe get alcohol, and he's kind of fun when he drinks. Like he gets a little like, I don't know, get a little bit more slippy slidey. Speaking of,
I think I want personally Ashley. I just think she would just do nuts.
That would be very unexpected.
That would be fun.
Yeah, what does a Mickey HOH look like at this point in time?
Oh God, not again.
Yes.
I mean, given what happened last time, a Mickey HOH would mean she targets her closest ally, which at this point is herself, I guess.
Julie?
I mean, I'm not sure. She doesn't have a closest ally to target anymore. So
I think it could be exciting.
Maybe the person she thinks is her closest ally, so like Will or Ashley.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I want to manifest that.
And then also Morgan, I think, is somebody who would be a very intriguing HOH.
That would be interesting because I do think she would be heavily looking at Lauren, and Vince would be like, "No, you don't do that.
I'm pooping my pants."
Oh, I know Vince is just pooping himself right now.
I'm pooping my pants.
Don't make me choose between my girlfriends.
Wow, put 3 on the block. Okay. All right. So, yeah, that'll be interesting to see if Morgan comes into power. So, a lot of intrigue. And, of course, I will be following it all closely as we wait the HOH results. Anything else from tonight's episode, last night's episode? Sasha, did you like that comp last night?
I mean, it was better than most.
Like, you seem a little tepid on it.
I mean, it's a comp.
I loved it.
No, it's like I said, better than most. But I do think I like the scary one better. The where they had to pick rooms. The one where Rachel won?
Yeah. Jenny, do you like the poison wine competition?
Oh yeah, that was fun. I liked it. Was so camp, but it was fun, and I liked that at least was like a different kind of comp that we don't really see. It was a lot more interesting.
Really hot also.
Yeah, that's what I also thought. Everyone looked so good. And it was just like an interesting format. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I wouldn't mind seeing that
Will
again in some other way.
He looked like what a middle-aged man is supposed to look like.
He looked great. And I loved, like, I died when he was just like, I want to be poisoned.
I hope I do pick the poison.
I love Will. Honestly, he's the best. He's the best.
Yeah. Okay. And Taran, anything else on your mind tonight?
I think we're good.
Okay. All right. Well, we have a busy Friday coming up where we will start things off with a Catherine, who knew Woodman is her last name? Catherine Woodman interview coming up on Friday. We will find all about everything Catherine was thinking in her game in our exit interview with Catherine coming up on Friday. And then, of course, everything else for Friday, including the live feed update. And then Taran and I will have the Q&A coming up at 2 p.m. I talked with Shannon Gus about week 2 of Australian Survivor versus the World. You can catch that. And, of course, we were telling Felicia, we try to make it so easy for everybody to watch Australian Survivor over on our Patreon. 2 p.m. tomorrow for the Q&A. We've been having a lot of fun on Fridays. You get to call in, ask Taran and I your questions about what will have happened overnight on the BB Q&A. And on Tuesday, on the slop, I'm sure it'll be a very sloppy week indeed. America will join Chappelle and I to talk about everything sloppy going on in BB27. Earlier tonight, I had a town hall where patrons called in and told us where they would like to see RHAP go on the road in 2026. And so we heard about 10, 11 different options for potential destinations for RHAP live shows. Now we're letting the patrons give us some feedback on that. So check that out over on Patreon, including also where we ranked all 28 New Era tribes. Brandon Donlin joined me to find out which New Era tribe would you want to hang out with. Find out over on Patreon. Jenny, the snake finale is finally here.
We did it. Chappelle and I had a lot of fun covering this new show on Fox, The Snake. We had our finale recap earlier this week, and we also had an exit interview with the winner and the runner-up, and I thought it was an interesting finale, and I had a lot of fun. And
Yes.
if you want to check it out, you should.
Jenny and Chappelle, the number one names in snake coverage. The best in the business.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yep.
You know what? Give Chappelle and I any little show, and we'll have a good time. But there were things about this show I really, really enjoyed. So if you get a chance to binge it, it's a quick binge, I think.
Okay. All right. And then Sasha, what's going on over on Mess Magnets?
Yes, check out Mess Magnets. Episode drops tomorrow. Where listen, big engagement, huge. So obviously we talked about it, and Cardi B is currently, struggling.
Did you want me to pop in to talk on the engagement?
I should have. Oh, we already recorded. Okay, next time.
Mm-hmm.
No, next time. Sorry, they're going to be happily married.
Yes.
Sorry, that was rude.
Please, Sasha. That was rude.
Oh gosh.
Yes.
Already.
And of course, we talked Cardi B's trial, because the lawyer has been a hot mess and like weird and racist. So check all of that out. It's been like hilarious. Cardi B's very funny. So check out all of that on Mess Magnets for your pop culture celebrity gossip.
Okay. And then over on Chat BCC, find out what all of the Big Brother alumni are saying. Follow along at robinswebsite.com/VIP chat for free. And then thanks to our presenting sponsor, Pluto TV, stream now, pay never. Check out the live feeds when they come back on for free over on Pluto TV. And I am very proud to announce I'm going to Pluto coming up this Tuesday. Pluto TV has asked me to do a stream along where I'm going to watch some live feeds on Pluto TV that's going to be on Tuesday at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 noon Pacific. I will be on Instagram streaming a watch along on Pluto TV, and hopefully something will be going on, and I'll be breaking it all down on a stream along with Pluto TV, which I'm very much looking forward to as I go to Pluto this Tuesday. So come on over on Instagram and check that out. All right? Sasha, anything else going on for you?
No, that's it. Check out Mess Magnets.
Okay. And then Jenny?
Yeah, follow me at Jenny Autumn, and let me know if you're hearing about any new shows coming out that you think are fun.
Okay. And then Taran, what else is coming up for you?
Check out the book about the show Big Brother called Behind the Mirror. You can find it at taranarmstrong.com. You can pre-order it now. And I appreciate all of those that have and will.
Okay.
Look at that.
All right. And then fun times here tonight. And we got another fun week. Week 8 begins in a few moments as we find out what's going to go on as we are starting to head into, I think we're under the final month of Big Brother. Can you believe it, Taran?
Wow.
Yeah. It's wild because of how many people are left, I think, primarily.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like that we are less than 30 days away from the finale.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's like, wow, I can't believe there's still a month to go in the season, and there's 5 people in the house.
Yeah, I mean, historically, this week is when it starts to slow down, but this week, not that slow. So.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much for joining us. We love to hear what you have to say in the comments. Take care. Have a good one. Bye. This is RHAP. We know reality TV.